Tiring queues at home affairs are a long-time complaint. The department introduced measures such as online applications to mitigate this problem, but it seems they haven't produced the intended result. People still have to contend with technical glitches, but Home Affairs says it has another plan. Well, our reporter Craig-LeeSmith has been testing the system. Let's find out from him what his experience has been. Craig-Lee, good evening. And yes, we want to hear all about what you've experienced there. So what is the department saying about what it's doing in its so-called war on queues?
Good evening, Uveka. So the journey started this morning at just after 6 a.m. where I joined the queue to see for myself how the department is actually tackling the war on the snaking queues, not only here in Cape Town but nationally as well. We got there just after 6. It took me about 90 minutes to get to the front of the line where we were assisted into the building. It was a tiring process for many people in the queue. As you know, there are different zones in Cape Town and in South Africa where Home Affairs offices, they have the red zone, yellow zone, and there are 4 Home Affairs offices here in Cape Town that has been classified as a red zone, and that is one of the Home Affairs offices in Cape Town in Barrack Street where we were. It was fairly easy. We were in the queue for about 90 minutes. Now, I say 90 minutes. Usually people would queue for hours, up to 4 hours, just to get inside. So we got there, and after that, we then spoke to some of the people in the queue, and we spoke to an elderly citizen who had been in the queue for hours and was very disappointed in what had happened.
Eventually, I got to the wall, and I was so happy because it was 8 o'clock. And then they said, no, they're offline. They don't know if it's a local problem or a national problem. And they can't tell you exactly what time they'll be off. So I'm on my way home again and hopefully come back on another day or later.
Now, there was also talk of involving radio stations, Craig-Lee. Tell us more about that.
So here in the Western Cape, the Home Affairs district offices here in Cape Town and in the Western Cape, they piloted a project where they would involve the district offices or managers in around the city to pilot a WhatsApp group where they would inform radio stations, radio program managers and producers to have all the latest information in their bulletins. They spoke about how it would be equivalent to a traffic report that you would necessarily get during peak hour, and that would make things easier for the department.
We also clustering low volume with high volume offices where we are able to redirect clients, particularly in the Western Cape. One of the things that they've done, we have a gentleman in the Barrack Street Office Municipalities where they've created even a WhatsApp platform that they share with radio stations. So the radio stations are able to help us to redirect people to say, like when they do traffic report, to say, actually this office has no low volumes, citizens who can go to that particular office. That helps to communicate the message.
Thanks very much. Our reporter Craig-LeeSmith just bringing us up to speed on his experience at Home Affairs offices today and what will hopefully be done to ease the queuing problem.